House Bill 2020 does not have the votes on the Senate floor.
The Oregon climate bill aimed at limiting greenhouse gases has failed. After Senate President Peter Courtney made the announcement today, demonstrators on both sides of the issue gathered on the Capitol steps. Good evening to you and welcome to the 5 o'clock news. I'm Elizabeth Dinh. Pete Ferryman is off tonight. It is a bill so polarizing it prompted a Senate stalemate.
I'm glad. I'm
old enough to have seen the climate change here in the Willamette Valley, so I'm just extremely disappointed.
11 Republican senators left the Capitol and the state to block a vote on the piece of legislation. Governor Kate Brown then sent state troopers after them. Fox 12's Marja Martinez has been following this story closely for several days now. She's live from Salem. So, Marja, what happens now?
Liz, in light of this announcement on HB 2020, Democrats say that they're hoping that now Senate Republicans will come back to the Capitol so they can finish their job before the session ends on Sunday night. But it's still unclear whether they're going to make it back in time to do so.
House Bill 2020 does not have the votes on the Senate floor.
Senate President Peter Courtney announced a huge win for Senate Republicans Tuesday, but it's a crushing blow for climate change activists.
This, to me, is the biggest breakdown in public leadership that I've personally seen.
The climate change bill, HB 2020, would have put a cap on greenhouse gas emissions, but Oregon Senate Republicans staged a walkout, effectively blocking a vote. The move also caused a backlog in the legislature. More than 100 bills are awaiting a vote. The pressure enough for some Democrats to pull their support for HB 2020 in order to move other bills through.
We need 16 votes to pass the bill through the Senate.
And according to Senator Ginny Burdick, her party doesn't have them, though she would not say which Democrats flipped. Burdick hopes the 11 missing Senate Republicans will return to the Capitol immediately to vote on remaining bills before the session deadline Sunday night.
Their reason that they gave for leaving is now gone. So where are they?
But the Republican caucus is expressing doubts about returning to the Capitol, questioning whether it's a bait-and-switch tactic. Senator Herman Baird Sugar sent Fox 12 this statement saying, "This is good news. However, we are still trying to sort out the process. The bill itself has been second read, and a vote will have to take place. Republicans must be assured that the vote or motion will guarantee the bill's complete end. We need to have further conversations so that the Republicans feel comfortable with the process." Burdick says her party leader meant what he said today.
And he says something, you know it's true.
And she doesn't believe Governor Brown would reintroduce the bill if she were to call for a special session.
But is it over for 2019?
I don't see a pathway for it in 2019.
During a public appearance here at the Capitol steps, Governor Brown said the fight against climate change is not over, and Republicans have not said if they are going to return by Sunday. We're still waiting for a comment on that. I did ask Senator Burdick if they do come back before that deadline, is there enough time to pass the remaining legislation? She says that she does believe they can get the work done. Reporting live from Salem, Marja Martinez, Fox 12 Oregon.
Marja, thanks. Now we do want to take a closer look at that very bill which has led to all of this. House Bill 2020, also known as Oregon's cap and trade bill. For starters, it would put a cap on most of the state's greenhouse gas emissions. That limit would become stricter over time with the goal of encouraging more green technology. Major polluters would have to purchase credits with an ever-shrinking number to go around. Critics say this, though, would devastate Oregon's economy, driving up energy costs and leading to layoffs. Meanwhile, some experts say it's a smart way to fight climate change.
It's trying to address this issue in a very balanced way, right? It's a compromise bill because there's a lot of things built into this to try to mitigate the negative aspects that could actually happen.
We're supposed to take one for the global team and get no benefits and pay all the costs? That's insane. That's crazy.
According to the Legislative Revenue Office, the bill would raise gas prices about 22 cents a gallon for the first year. It includes a fuel rebate for low-income drivers and is expected to lower tax rates for the trucking industry, though opponents say that's not enough to offset the costs. The House approved the bill last week, but the Senate can't vote. Keep in mind, as we just mentioned, until more Republicans return. And if somehow it does pass, despite all that we heard today, know that Oregon's program would be the second of its kind in the nation after California and would begin in 2021.